88 for transmission on the 20th of the 3rd, 88. Evening, everybody. Another week, another suit, new shirt. Here we go again. You're very welcome wherever you're watching us, wherever in the world you're watching us. It's Where in the World of a Sunday. We're all set to play another round with 3 brand new families. We're getting very close to that Australian trip. We're only a few weeks away from that now. So let's, before we do anything else, join Scott and find out who our families are playing Where in the World this week.
And first we meet the Troy family. Hugh Troy, his son-in-law Tom Monks, his sister-in-law Dawn, and his brother Richard Troy, all from Dublin. And next we meet the Murphy family. Donald Murphy Sr. and his son-in-law Tony Christie, both from Cork City, Tony's brother Seamus from the Navan Road, Dublin, and Donald Murphy Jr. from Cork. And finally we meet the Kinsella family. Jim Kinsella and his wife Patsy, and their sons Brian and Phelim, all from Courtown Harbour, County Wexford.
Welcome one and welcome all. Courtown, eh? Oh, I spent all my youth in Courtown. If it wasn't the caravan, it was the Univara, and I remember it well. We'll talk about the old times later. You're all very welcome, Troys, Murphys and Kinsellas, and the best of luck to everybody on this week's Where in the World. Let me just remind you, as usual, we have passports given out and we have £500 with which to play the game. Let's find out from Scott now what holiday you're playing for this week on Where in the World.
And this week's star prize is a magnificent 2-week holiday for 4 on the island of Cyprus in the northeast of the Mediterranean Sea. You can visit the ports of Larnaca and Limassol and the fine folk museum in Nicosia. Cyprus has a typical Mediterranean climate, warm and sunny. And this, along with the fine beaches, ensures a magnificent holiday. That's this week's star prize, Cyprus in the Mediterranean.
We just spend money, willy-nilly, we just spend money. Now, let's start off with round 1, and of course in round 1, round 1, I always deal with the first member of each family. So it's Hugh Troy and Donald Murphy and Jim Kinsella. The 3 of you lads against each other, and 4 questions between you, and then I go to the second member of each family and so on. To start our flight path this week, we start in Knock, and there's £5 going to begging on these. Here's the first of our first 4 questions. Whom did the Americans defeat at New Orleans in 1815? Donald Murphy.
French.
No. Hugh Troy?
Spanish.
No, they didn't. Jim Kinsella, do you want to guess?
Mexicans.
It wasn't the Mexicans, no, and remember to press that buzzer. It was the British, actually. Now, the People's Democratic Republic of the Yemen was known by another name when it was under British control. What was it called? Donald Murphy.
Aden.
Aden is correct. What territory on mainland Europe is represented by the letters GBZ in its international motor vehicle plates? Hugh Troy.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar is right. By what name was Ghana known before independence? That's Hugh Troy.
The Gold Coast.
The Gold Coast or British Togoland. Now the second member of each family we deal with. In which war was the Battle of Midway Island a decisive event? Tom Troy.
Second World War?
Yes, World War II. By what name do we now know the territory once called the Belgian Congo? Belgian Congo, and that's Patsy Kinsella.
Angola?
No. Tony Murphy?
Zaire.
Zaire is correct. In which East African country are the Kikuyu people chiefly located? K-I-K-U-Y-U. Kikuyu. Kikuyu. Nobody. I could do this all night. Tony Murphy.
Kenya.
Kenya is absolutely right. Was it a guess?
Yes.
Well, it was a very good guess. Well done. Final one for these 3. Who was the Czech composer whose work includes pieces entitled Ma Vlast, My Country, and The Bartered Bride? The Bartered Bride. Nope. Okay, it was Smetana. Now we go on to the third member of each family. At the beginning of World War I, the Triple Entente faced the Triple Alliance. Name any one of the powers of the Triple Entente. Any one of the powers. That's Brian Kinsler.
Russia.
Yes, well done, sir. Well done. Britain or France. On which Indonesian island do the Dayak people have their ancestral home? Indonesian island. Dawn Troy.
Sumatra.
No. Brian Kinsler?
Borneo.
Borneo is right. In which continent is, now listen to the pronunciation here, Quechua, or Quechua, I think it's Quechua, a widely spoken language. Which continent? Quechua. Seamus Murphy?
Africa.
No. Dawn Troy?
South America.
South America, Dawn, yes. Now, in which country in Europe might you find what is known as Anzac Cove? Anzac Cove, A-N-Z-A-K. Anzac Cove, no? Yes, Dawn Troy?
Spain.
No. Seamus Murphy?
Turkey.
Turkey is right. Is that the guessing department upstairs?
Yes.
Now we go to the final member of each family. Which famous explorer is associated with the ships Endeavour and Resolution? Famous explorer. Richard Troy?
Scott.
No. Donald Murphy?
Darwin.
No, it wasn't. Phelim Kinsley, you want to guess? No? Okay, no worries. Captain James Cook. No worries. Sorry, I'll start this question again. What European country is represented by the letter CH on its international motor vehicle, Richard Troy?
Czechoslovakia.
No, it isn't. That's Phelim Kinsley.
Switzerland.
Switzerland, well done. Now, who was the Russian commander who defeated the Swedes at Poltava in 1709? Russian commander. No? Nope. All right, Peter the Great is the answer. And the last one in this round, let's see. Which figure of the US underworld ultimately jailed for tax evasion? Who's that? Richard Troy.
Al Capone.
Al Capone. So there it is at the end of round one. Let's see what the financial situation is for each of our families. The Troy's £445, the Murphy's 440, and the Kinslers £435. Now we move right along in our flight path this week. We move along to Venice, that's where we're at now. An observation test for all of you to watch. You must watch this and take notes. £5 deducted if you're wrong or don't attempt a question. And this week we have for you some views of Venice. Have a look at this. All right, there it is. That's Venice. Everybody, all we go now. First question. In the shot at foot level, what creature went past first? That's Tom Troy.
Pigeon.
A pigeon is right. Well done. How many feet followed it? How many feet followed it? Tony Murphy. Four, yeah. One of the touring boats had a number on it. What was the number? Dawn Troy.
42.
Yes, it was. Apart from tourists, what was on top of the bell tower with a winged lion on its wall? Dawn Troy.
A pigeon.
No. Brian Kinsler? A bell is correct. How many people were crossing the bridge with the wrought iron railings? Hugh Troy. Two, yes. How many pigeons were there on the tap? Tony Murphy.
Two.
No, there wasn't. It's Patsy Cancer.
Four.
No. Dawn Troy.
One.
One, yeah. Patsy, I don't know what tap you were watching. Now, what was the woman with the green trouser suit doing, he asked. Seamus Murphy.
Feeding pigeons.
Yes, she certainly was. What colour was the ribbon on the gondolier's boater? That's boater hat. Richard Troy.
Blue.
Blue is correct. Apart from hair, what did the man reading the newspaper have in his head? Hugh Troy.
A bandana.
No, he didn't. Seamus Murphy?
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses, correct. What number was written on the box of the small model gondolas this time, Richard Troy?
500.
500 is correct at the end of that round. How have we done? The Troy is £425, the Murphys 405, 390 for the Kinselas. I'm telling you now, no messing tonight, no messing this week. So now we stay in Venice, we have all manner of things to do. What I have for you now is a Buzzle round. We have slides, we have voiceovers, music, whatever it happens to be. Again, it's open to everybody, £10 for each correct answer. Incorrect or fail to answer, you lose that money. First thing we do is have a listen to this. Now, an extract from the opera Il Trovatore. By whom? Yes, Richard Troy.
Verdi.
Verdi is right. Watch your monitors, please. Who is this Italian filmmaker? Famous for La Dolce Vita, amongst others. Famous Italian filmmaker, Hugh Troy.
Fellini.
Fellini is right. Listen now, please.
Amazing, really, and surprising. We know Roach is a great time turtle. It's one of the greatest in the world, in actual fact. But really, I wasn't expecting them to put up such a fine performance on a tricky descent such as this.
Like such as this. Stephen Roach went on to win that tour. Which tour was it? Now, Tom Troy.
Giro d'Italia.
Giro d'Italia. Yes, you're absolutely right. Monitors, please, now. Who is this notorious member? And that's Richard Troy.
La Ciccolina.
La Ciccolina. You know her well, do you? Now, let's have a listen to some music, please. An extract from his last opera, Turandot. More famous for La Bohème and Tosca. Richard Troy?
Puccini.
That's right. Puccini. Again, I want you to listen to this. Okay, he was a priest, he was a violinist, a composer, a contemporary of Bach, Italian. Who was he? He composed that piece. That piece was called The Four Seasons. Tony Murphy.
Vivaldi.
Oh, I gave it away, did I? Well done, though. Vivaldi is absolutely right. Now, watch the monitors, please. Who is this operatic baritone who was famous for his renditions of Figaro? And that's Richard Troy.
Tito Gobi.
Tito Gobi is correct. Now, again, listen to this.
Italy, according to E.M. Forster, is only her true self in the height of summer, when the tourists have left her, and her soul awakes under the beams of a vertical sun.
Love it. Love it. The inimitable Donegal Dooling, or Donkey Dooley, as we call him here, on Italy. But where was Donegal Dooling born? It's a wide question, but it's fair enough. Richard Troy.
County Cork.
I need an exact location, I'm sorry. Donald Murphy. No. Any Kinselas want to try? Yes, Brian. No, he was born in Doneraile. Doneraile is where he was born. And I had to have it exact. He told me I had to have it exact, so he said everybody would know. Sorry, Donica. Now, watch your monitors, please. In 1983, he became Italy's first socialist prime minister. Who is he? Italy's first socialist prime minister. Richard Troy.
Craxi.
Craxi is correct. Now, some more music to finish this round. An extract from The Barber of Seville. Who wrote the music? Yes, Richard Troy.
Rossini.
Rossini did. Well done. Ended that round. Financially, they just want to applaud. The Troy for £405, the Murphys £315, and the Kinselas £290. All right, now it's live entertainment. Are we all set for live entertainment? Yes, we are. And they have a guest this week who looks like Elton John, but it isn't, because he couldn't afford him. But it's actually a fellow called Brian Pam on harmonica, and he's great. You'll enjoy this. Will you please welcome Major to Minor?
Well, let me tell you, comrades, I got the old Bolshevik blues. I'm a secret double agent. I don't know who's spying on who. Well, I'm supposed to gather information, but I just don't have a clue. One day I was summoned to see the head of the KGB. Well, I couldn't understand Hey, listen to me, Nakinchka. Have you heard the bad news? Seems the West is getting friendly to our communistic views. There are offers being made that we simply can't refuse. Well, I saw it right away. He's got the old Bolshevik blues. Take it away. He said, I'm an old-time guy. I believe in Cold War. If there's nothing left to fight about, what the hell am I good for? All our military secrets won't be secret anymore. Detente is the word that I simply must deplore. That's why I'm asking you to do what you must do. You gotta stop this crew. Well, that's what a spy is for. Well, I'm sure you'll understand why I'm a tiny bit confused. What in the name of Lenin was I supposed to do? Now, I'm a true believer. I'm a Russian through and through. And I detest the wicked West like any sane Soviet would do. They're saying we gotta be friends. We all gotta make amends for the likes of me and the KGB. This is where the party is.
Yay! Brian Pam, he's good. You should keep him. First question should be, what key was he playing in? Don't press the buzzing. Don't press the buzzing. It's only a joke. Now, major to minor, you heard. £5 for each correct answer here. You lose the fiver if you don't get it right or you don't attempt it. Here's the first of 10 questions. In the song, apart from you, what did the agent call her audience? Pardon? Yes, Richard Troy.
Comrades.
Comrades is right. What did she say she didn't have? Patsy Kinsella. No. Tony Murphy?
A clue.
A clue, yes. According to the song, when was the agent called to meet the KGB chief? Don't all jump at once. No? Nope. Okay, the answer is one day, which is fairly open. What was the KGB chief called? And that's Brian.
Nikushka.
Pardon?
Nikushka.
No, it's not. Richard Troy.
Kinska.
Lakinska. The answer I have down here is it says it doesn't say. It's the chief. You see, that was somebody else. I'll say no more. According to the KGB chief, what could the Russians not refuse? What could they not refuse? Seamus Murphy.
An offer.
That's right, offer or offers. In what specifically did the KGB chief say he or she believed? That's Tom Troy.
Cold War.
Cold War, yes, well done. What kind of secrets did the chief say would not be secret anymore? What type of secrets? Hugh Troy. Gone. Anybody else? Okay. Anybody else? Seamus Murphy?
No secrets.
No. You're catching on fast though, Seamus. Patsy Kinsella?
KGB.
No. Military secrets is the answer to that. How many people were named in the song? How many? I need a number. Hugh Troy?
1.
Nope. Tony Murphy?
2.
2 is fine. Well done. What adjective did the agent use to describe the West? Tom Troy?
Wicked.
Wicked is correct. What was the last word in the song? Tom Troy?
KGB.
No. Seamus Murphy?
Ends.
Ends. That's the way it did too. At the end of that round, money, the Troy's £370, the Murphy's £285, the Kinsella's £240. This is the quickfire round. This is 30 questions on general European knowledge, and I know we're going to have to lose a family, so batten all the old hatches and away we go. £10 here per question. The best of luck, everybody. In Scotland, what is a manse? M-A-N-S-E, a manse. Hugh Troy.
It's a house.
It is, I'll take that. It's a clergyman's house, but you're right, it is a house. A cockney is said traditionally to be born within the sound of what bells? Richard Troy.
Sound of bow bells.
Bow bells. What nationality is referred to by the slang term taffy? T-A-F-F-Y. Hugh Troy.
English.
No. Seamus Murphy?
Welshman.
That's right, a Welshman. Trinity Hall, Peterhouse and Darwin colleges are constituent colleges. Donald Murphy.
Cambridge.
Cambridge is right. Who is the leader of the Free French movement during World War II? And that's Richard Troy.
General de Gaulle.
General de Gaulle is yes. Who was the famous French scientist who developed a vaccine for rabies in 1885? Tony Murphy.
Pasteur.
Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. I love your guesses. They're normally right, which is great. Now, the son of a famous French impressionist painter directed the film La Grande Illusion. Now, that's Richard Troy.
Renoir.
That's right, Jean Renoir. In federal Germany, what is the Bundestag? Tom Troy.
The Parliament.
That's right, lower house of parliament. What is the name of the German poet, author of the drama Faust, who died? And that's Hugh Troy.
Sorry.
They're coming in, Hugh, and they're going out the same way. Donald Murphy.
Gus.
Gustav, that's right. What is the family name of Austria's last imperial house? Richard Troy.
Habsburgs.
Habsburg, that's right. Who was the octogenarian field marshal in whose honour Strauss wrote a famous march following his victories in Italy? Donald Murphy.
Radetzky.
Radetzky, yes. Austria and Switzerland have common borders with Germany, Italy, and which other state? Who have we got? Tony Murphy.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. Two of Europe's major rivers, both of whose names begin with the letter R, have their sources close to one another in the Swiss Alps. One is the Rhine. Donald Murphy.
Rhone.
The Rhone, yes. The Swiss hero William Tell is especially associated with which weapon? It's not an apple. Richard Troy.
The crossbow.
The crossbow, yes. In which European country is the region called Tuscany? Tuscany. Donald Murphy.
Italy.
Italy is correct. In which Italian city is Leonardo da Vinci's great mural of the Last Supper? Tom Troy.
Milan.
Milan, Milano. According to the myth, which Greek island was the home of the Minotaur who lived in the labyrinth? Brian Kinsler.
Crete.
Crete is right. In which European country were the Chetniks mainly active during World War II? Chetniks. Hugh Troy.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia. During the 1940s, which European country was dominated by King Michael, Prime Minister and that's Hugh Troy?
Greece.
No. Patsy Kinsler? Romania. Well done, Patsy. In David Lean's film of the Russian novel Dr. Zhivago, who played the part of Zhivago? Tom Troy.
Omar Sharif.
Omar Sharif. Which is the largest constituent republic of the USSR? The largest. Seamus Murphy.
Russia.
Russia is correct, yes. Which Balkan country has for its flag a double-headed black eagle surmounted by a red star outlined in gold on a red background? I knew we wouldn't get an answer to this. Oh, we do. Hugh Troy.
Czechoslovakia.
No. Brian Kinsler?
Lithuania.
No. Yes, Tony Murphy.
Albania.
I love it, Tony. Well done. Well done. Now, which European trade unionist won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1983, Tom Troy? It's gone. Tony Murphy.
Lech Walesa.
Lech Walesa, yes. Which European country sometimes has its name abbreviated to DDR? DDR. Tony Murphy.
German Democratic Republic.
German Democratic Republic, yes. Who was the famous composer born in Bonn in December 1770? Bonn. Richard Troy.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is right. What is the capital of Liechtenstein? Tom Troy.
Vaduz.
Vaduz, that's right, Vaduz. Who was the Austrian born in 1856 who founded the practice of psychoanalysis? Tony Murphy.
Freud.
Freud is right. In which war did the international brigades fight between 1936 and 1939? Patsy Kinsler. Spanish Civil War. With which branch of the arts is the Spaniard Luis Buñuel, 1900 to 1985, especially associated? Luis Buñuel. Any ideas?
Paint.
Patsy Kinsler. Pardon?
Paint.
Paint? No. Tom Troy?
Music.
No. Come on, Murphys, don't let me down now. Give me a guess. No? All right. Yes, Seamus Murphy.
Literature.
No, films. The one you left out. No worries. What is the name of the Spanish painter whose painting Les Demoiselles d'Avignon scandalized critics in 1907? Richard Troy.
Goya.
No, it isn't. Donald Murphy.
Greco.
No. Brian Kinsler. Picasso was right. Well done, sir. Well done. End of that round. Give them a round of applause. Well done. So, sadly, at the end of that, we have to lose the Kinsler family. I hope you enjoyed it. Little mementos to take home to Courtown. And we'll be down to visit you and the mementos very shortly, of course. Give them a round of applause, the Kinsler family. So that's how we wrap up round one, our part one rather. The Troys of £190, the Murphys with 115. Join us in part two, see which of our families goes forward for our star prizes.
in the World, Part 2, VTR B62-982B, recorded 2nd, 3rd, 88 for transmission 20th, 3rd, 88.
There you are, you're back. You've made the cup of tea and you're back and you're very welcome. It's Where in the World Part 2. And we're all set now to turn our attention to our audience. Before we do that, just a reminder that some money was won in the first part of our programme. The Troys won £190 and the Murphys won 115. So that's the money situation with our families. They're relaxed, they have a few bob and they can take it easy for a while. Turn our attention now to our audience. We have everybody organised now with one of these little Where in the World visas. You have those, I know, in the audience. I want you to have a look and see what country you have on it. While you're doing that, we'll activate the flag board, see where it stops. If it stops on your country, then I'll be calling you down to ask you a question. Activate the flag board. Looks like Japan to me, lads. Anybody with Japan in the audience? Japan. Come down to me, don't be fighting over. Come down to me, madam. Come down. To me now, and don't be shy. Come into me now. Why are they all laughing at you? I think you should ignore them. Is what you should. What's your name? Kathleen Hurley, I think. Kathleen Hurley, you think? Kathleen, where are you from? Kathleen, there's no need. You don't have to hide your identity. You don't. Limerick. Right, we've established Limerick. Now, I got a question for you and a great prize, which I know you love, Kathleen. You're backing away. Everybody backs away. Are you ready for a question? All right. Which American state, Kathleen, is known as the Mormon state? Utah, you clever person. Look what I have for you. A red ghetto blaster, Kathleen. Are you happy? Isn't it great? All I love to Limerick. Go way out with that. Give Kathleen a round of applause. She did very well. Oh, they'll be fighting for that on the bus going home to Limerick. I know they will. Now, let's get back to our families. I didn't mean to ignore you, but we wanted to give that away. We've had it for weeks. No, I don't mean that. The Troys and the Murphys. You're all set now, I know, to travel around the world via 8 locations. Each location has a total of 3 questions on it, and 100 points going to begging per question. All right? Open to all, no conferring, and it's a buzz around. It's very quick. And the family with the highest number of points will play for our star prize this week. And this is the order of play, our flight path for this round. So we start with Russia. What was the name of the ballet company founded by Sergei Pav... And that's Tony Murphy.
Bolshoi Ballet.
No, it wasn't. Sergei... Okay, you, Troy?
Kirov.
No, it wasn't. It was Ballet Russe. Ballet Russe was the answer. Which great Russian city sustained a German siege from September 8th, 1941? Tom Troy.
Leningrad.
Leningrad, it did. During World War II in Russia, what was a T-34? T-34. Donald Murphy.
Tank.
A tank it was, sir. Now, Mongolian People's Republic. Here's the first question. What is the capital? Tony Murphy.
Ulaanbaatar.
Ulaanbaatar, yes. The Mongolian People's Republic borders China and which other country? Tony Murphy.
USSR.
Yes, it does. In Mongolia, what is a tugrik? T-U-G-R-I-K. Tugrik. Richard Troy.
Unit of currency.
Unit of currency is correct, Richard, yes. Malaysia now. Sabah and Sarawak are Malaysian states. On which great island are they located? It's Seamus Murphy this time.
Borneo.
Borneo is correct. Which great city gained independence from Malaysia in 1965? Tony Murphy.
Singapore.
Yes, it did. If you had a Malaysian ringgit, would you wear it, eat it, or spend it, Tony Murphy?
Spend it.
You would. It's the unit of currency. New Zealand now. Who was the New Zealand detective story writer of Final Curtain in 1947? Richard Troy.
Nigel Marsh.
Nigel Marsh is correct. In New Zealand, what is the chief city of the Canterbury Plains? Canterbury Plains. Richard Troy.
Auckland.
No. Tony Murphy.
Wellington.
No. Christchurch is the answer. What is the name of the sea which separates New Zealand from Australia? Dawn Troy.
The Tasman Sea.
Tasman Sea. Well done. Correct.
Canada now. What is the name of Canada's longest river, the second longest in the North American continent? Hugh Troy.
St. Lawrence.
No. Murphy's? Yes, Donald Murphy.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie is a portion of the province of Newfoundland. Tony Murphy.
Nova Scotia.
No. Richard Troy.
New Brunswick.
No. Labrador is the answer. Canada consists of 10 provinces and 2 territories. Name either territory. Hugh Troy.
The Yukon.
That's right, and Northwest Territories. Well done. West Indies now. Which sea lies between the West Indies and the mainland of South America? West Indies, mainland of South America. Anybody want to try? Yes, Hugh Troy.
South Atlantic.
No. Seamus Murphy?
Caribbean.
The Caribbean is right. Now, Pitch Lake is a noted landscape feature on the southernmost island of the West Indies. What is it called? Pitch Lake. A landscape feature there. Yes, Tom Troy.
Toga.
No. Tony Murphy?
Grenada.
No, Trinidad. It didn't work this time, Tony. Which island in the central Bahamas is now believed to have been Columbus's first sight of land in the New World? That's Hugh Troy.
San Salvador.
San Salvador, yes, correct. Iberia now. Where in Iberia is Europe's only wild ape colony? Tony Murphy.
Gibraltar.
Correct. Which great Andalusian port on the Bay of Cadiz was the base for Spain's treasure fleets during its colonial era? Yes, Hugh Troy.
Cadiz.
Cadiz is correct. Barcelona is the capital of what autonomous region of Spain? Richard Troy.
Catalan. Catalonia.
Yes, you're right. Catalonia is correct. Absolutely right. Tanzania now we're on to. Tanganyika, one of the constituent territories of Tanzania, came under British control in 1919. Which European country had controlled it previously, Hugh Troy?
Germany.
Germany, yes. What is the name of Tanzania's highest peak? Highest peak in Tanzania. Tony Murphy.
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro. English is one of Tanzania's official languages. What is the other one? Tom Troy.
Swahili.
Swahili is right. End of that round. The points. The Troy's 1,000 points. The Murphy's 1,000 points. When this happens, we have a tie break. Okay? And a tie break, we all know what a tie break is. We're not interested in points. We're talking about a question that decides which family comes. I know it's unfair because you've both done terribly well, but it's obviously the most fair way of doing it. So I have a question here. The first person in with the correct answer, we go over to the board. If no one gets it right, we'll ask another question, okay? So the first one in with the first correct answer is the family to join me at the board. Everybody ready? What island lies about 60 miles from the coasts of Syria and Turkey and was a British Crown colony from 1925? Donald Murphy.
Crete.
No. Tom Troy.
Cyprus.
Cyprus is the right answer, Tom. Well done, Troy family. As I say, you stay on those 1,000 points. Well done, Tom Troy. Murphys, I'm so sorry. That's the closest. We have never had a tie break like that, but well done. Congratulations. You have money. You won some money, I think £115. And on top of all that, you also have a meal for 4 with champagne thrown in, a nice night out on us. I hope you've enjoyed Where in the World. I hope you have.
Yes,
The Murphy family, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'll ask the Troy family to join me at the Flags of the World board. Bring your 1,000 points along with you. Let's go over there now. Okay, right, here we are, Troy family. It's the Flags of the World board. You have money, you keep that in your pocket. Hopefully you'll need it to spend on the holiday that we're playing for now, which is a trip to Cyprus. The very best of luck, we've taken those 1,000 points over, and we'll go through the ritual to make sure you know exactly what the situation is. I can ask you a maximum of 6 questions. At any one time, you can move a maximum of 5 points on the board. Less if you choose, but not more. But that's the furthest you can move. Reminder also, 7 seconds is all you have to answer a question at any one time. 7 seconds. You can confer, you can shout, doesn't matter what you say to each other, as long as I have one answer, and I'll take that from Hugh as the spokesperson. Okay? Now, the very best of luck. We're playing for a trip to Cyprus. So, as far as you want to go, you tell me how far you want to go.
Brazil.
Brazil. All right, we'll start in Brazil. Here's your question on Brazil, and I wish you the very best of luck. I hope everything turns out right on this. Here we go now. Excluding Panama, Brazil borders every country on the South American mainland, bar 2. One is Chile. What is the other?
Uruguay.
No, it's not. The answer is Ecuador. Ecuador is the answer. Don't worry your heads at all. Don't despair. We go on now to the second question. The second question, we must stay in Brazil, of course. Brazil stretches south from the equator to which tropic? Cancer or Capricorn? And I must take the first answer.
Capricorn.
Capricorn is the right one. Well done. Now we're on our way again, lads. We're okay again. We're Sweden. Will we go as far as we can now? I think we will. I think we will. All right, let's see what Swedish question we have for you now. The Nobel Prizes were first awarded in what year? And it must be exact.
1888.
No, it wasn't. It was 1901. 1901. Don't despair. Don't despair. We stay in Sweden. We stay in Sweden. Which metal ore is mined extensively at Kiruna and Gällivare or Gällivare in Sweden? Metal ore.
10.
No, it's iron. Iron, I'm afraid. Okay, we'll keep going, lads. We'll keep going. We have questions to ask. And remember always, the higher you go, the better the prize will be. Okay, so don't despair at this stage. Is Swedish time zero 1 or 2 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time?
1.
1 hour is right. Well done, well done, well done. As I say, there's always a good prize here, but there's something better behind Denmark than Sweden, so shouldn't we go... Now, you tell me how far you want to go, but there'll be a better prize up there.
Oh, Denmark.
Denmark, all right, we'll go as far as Denmark, and we'll see what we have up there. Here's your question. Have a go, the best of luck. What city is the capital of the Faroe Islands? The Faroe Islands.
Godlib.
No, it's not. It's Tórshavn. Don't despair. Give them a round of applause. The Troy family. It just happens. It's the luck of the draw, as they say. Well done. It's the look of the draw. Hugh, well done. I'm not giving you a kiss, Tom. I'm not going to give you a kiss. We're on television. I'm not going to give you a kiss. Now, where did we get as far as? We got as far as Sweden, which, as the fellow said, was halfway up the board. Halfway up the board. So we've a nice prize, a consolation prize for you. And what it is a weekend for 4 people in Southampton, which is quite nice. Isn't that nice? Give them a round of applause. That's their little consolation prize. And you have £190 as well to spend. So you've done up kind of all right, I think you'll agree. Have you enjoyed your trip here?
We have it.
Very important that you enjoy Where in the World. Very important. So that's all out from Where in the World this week. We're getting very close to our final. You know that and we know that. We'll talk to you same time next Sunday. Good night and God bless from all of us here. Good night.